Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Appreciate you stopping in, checking out, seeing what we're up to today. Well, as you just saw, I just got the cover off the sawmill. Feels good to be out here on a nice warm spring day. Finally thinking about making some lumber, cutting some wood. I got a lot of projects lined up, so I'm hoping to get this thing fired up and get some hours on it this year. One of the things I'm getting ready to do right now for the season is go through and do some maintenance on it, kind of go through everything, kind of make sure it's all up, ready to go. One of the things I came across that I've got to address, one of the issues, is my saw blades. When I bought this sawmill, it obviously had a blade that came on it. I think it came with a 5-pack, and I bought an additional 10-pack. I got 3 brand new ones left, and that question, how am I going to keep these blades sharp? Let me tell you how I came up with my answer. All right, let me begin by making a correction here. I don't have 16, I have 11. It came with 5, I believe, and I bought an additional 5-pack. These are the new ones. I have 3 new ones left. These are the Norwood Sabertooth 7 degree. Probably can't see it right there. 7/8 comes up. And like I said, I have 3 of these left, and I've got 8 used or that need to be sharpened. This is the one I just took off the sawmill. Now, as I was saying, my solution was I tried to find somebody local. I put some advertising out there and just tried to find somebody that might be able to do them for me. I wasn't able to find anybody. Nobody responded. I did get somebody that responded and said, well, you can just sharpen your own. That's what I do. Well, yeah, sure. That's what I'm going to end up doing too. The question was, what method am I going to use? I can do them by hand, as the person that answered my ad suggested. Just set it up. And I've watched plenty of videos. Obviously, that was one of my bigger questions, is how am I going to maintain the blades on this? They're not cheap, but at the same time, if you don't keep them sharp, then you're not going to get a good product, and what's the point at that point? So I didn't see myself doing them by hand. I watched several videos, and it didn't look too complicated. Sure, a great inexpensive setup, and if you're, I'm not going to say a hobbyist, I'm not going to judge anybody by how much wood they cut, but for me personally, I didn't want to spend a whole lot of my time just sharpening saw blades. I wanted to be able to kind of set it and forget it kind of thing. And of all the videos I came across, that was the one that kind of got my attention. At that point, it became a question of, well, who's making a decent, inexpensive, automated saw sharpening setup? And I looked at several different brands, and obviously would have preferred to stay with the Norwood brand that I had the sawmill with. But at the end of the day, it wasn't the package that I thought was best suited for me. So this is what I ended up going with. After shopping around and watching several videos, this is the solution that I think is going to work best for me. Now, there are a lot of videos out there that explain the setup. Actually, the company itself is the videos I've been watching. I'm going to go ahead and put this together here, and then I will come back and we're going to go ahead and give it a try and see how it works. From what I've been watching online, this is definitely, for me, going to be the option that's going to help me keep moving at the end of the day. So let's get it set up. Try it out. Okay, well, all right. It's been a few days now since I had a chance to play with this a little bit, play with those 2 tools, the tooth setter and the sharpener. I've done 3 blades. I got 1 on the saw right now. The first one I did, and that one seems to be cutting pretty well. Don't notice a big difference between a new one, I guess, and the one I did. I guess the question will be how long it'll last. I'm not sure. It's my first blade. I don't expect a lot out of it, and I don't know if I mentioned in another video or not that I had actually messed up a couple times on that blade that may not help extend its life beyond what it should be able to do. But at any rate, I do have 2 more not brand new ones, but 2 more that I sharpened. I still got 8 that I did not sharpen, but I want to see how these perform before I go too much further. I do have some new blades still. I have 3 new Sabertooth 7 degree blades for the sawmill I haven't used yet. I was kind of I used one of those. I pulled one out and used it for kind of a guide, a template. I don't know. I put it in the tooth setter to just read where the factory settings were on the teeth and kind of get an idea of, what to look for when I put my used blades in there and try to get back to factory as much as possible. I actually did the same thing on the saw sharpener. I actually set it in there. Of course, there's 7-degree blades, so I set it at 7 degrees according to the manual. But then when I brought the stone down to sharpen it, to me, having that grinding disc set at 7 degrees according to the setting on the back of the machine didn't seem to quite line up, to I anyway. But what do I know? I'm new at this. I'm a rookie. I'm going to learn, make some mistakes. I'm going to have fun doing it, but I may destroy a blade or two. So be it. I'm going to learn. I'm going to get the most out of my blades eventually. I've got 8 more to do. I'm not going to do those until I try these 3. I think every blade I've done since the first to the third, I think I've gotten a little better each time, and I think that'll continue to progress as I go, both setting the teeth and sharpening. So we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I've got a brand new blade on the saw now. I've got a few more logs to do with that blade before I try out another one. I'm kind of anxious to keep trying them now. And my understanding from the company, Woodland Mills, from watching one of their videos, was that on average you should get 4 to 6 hours out of a blade. Now, obviously there's going to be a lot of variables, hardwood, softwood, dirty, clean, whatever. But let's take their average of 4 to 6. Let's put it at 5 hours per blade before it needs to be sharpened. So they said that you should be able to get maybe 5 sharpenings out of a blade. That's roughly 25 hours of use out of one blade. Doesn't seem like a lot, but for the price of the blade and the amount of lumber that you can make, I'm not going to really complain. That's just a ballpark. I'm not shooting for that. I'm just saying, gives me a number in my head, kind of tells me what can be expected possibly under the optimal conditions maybe. So anyway, I did enjoy doing it. Took a little longer than I thought, the whole process, but again, I'm new, so I'm going slow, taking my time. Accuracy is more important, and understanding what I'm doing in terms of setting the teeth and making sure I cut the right angle in the gullet. I'll do more videos of that, and just to share with you folks. I'm glad I got the tools. It's not a quick set it and forget it, at least not now for me, that I had hoped for. It is set it, but sit there and watch it. And I'll explain that in another video, but we'll see how it goes. Till then, thanks for watching. Appreciate you checking out, seeing what we're up to again. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care.